Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, where we delve deep into the world of real estate with your host, the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Eddie Rudiger.
And we are off and running again this morning. And man, it's been just another week and another beautiful day and just another great weekend. And I'm loving big summertime.
Well, weekends, I want to take this moment to congratulate 2 of the 3 graduates.
Ooh, we have people graduating?
My daughter-in-law, Casey, who graduated college with her bachelor's in Iowa on Saturday, and my granddaughter, Lily, who graduated high school on Sunday, and we have Miss Fiona, our real estate helper. Miss Fiona will be graduating 8th grade on Thursday.
You know, that makes me realize something. We haven't talked about this all month, and I am shocked.
What? Oh, that's because we've been so busy.
We have been busy, and that tells you how busy we've been. Because what haven't we talked about?
Your birthday.
Birthday month!
Your birthday.
Which is Friday. My birthday is Friday. I'm going to be 28 on Friday. And I'm sticking with that story.
Twice? Well, not quite. Not quite that old.
It's not squared, so we're not there.
That's what I said, twice. So it's not quite squared.
So, Bill from Regional texted me the other day, and he's like, it's 28, right? I said, yeah, at 20.
Exactly. You're inching.
I'm getting there.
You're inching up.
We're getting there. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But hey, it's better than the alternative.
You got 2 years?
I'll have 2 years to go.
So you turned 50 the same year I turned 65. Ooh, we're gonna have a party.
We could. I already know what I want. I don't want a party.
You don't want a party?
No,
trip.
I'm hinting to my wife. I want a trip
to Disney.
No.
Really?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to go to Los Angeles in April.
For?
Celebrations. You don't know what Celebrations is. It happens every 2 years.
Okay.
What would I want to go to that happens every 2 years?
Some kind of Star Wars something.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Star Wars convention.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't know what it was.
All right. They do it every 2 years. They don't do it every year. It's every 2 years. They just had it in Japan this year. And in 2 years, when I turn 50, which will be the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, mind you.
Wow.
Because why? I was born 2 days before Star Wars came out. Because I couldn't wait to see it.
So,
and my mother, can you believe this? My mother would not take me to the opening of Star Wars.
How dare she?
I'm telling you, I don't understand this. No, she did not.
Didn't get to participate.
She did not take me to the opening of Star Wars. Oh. I asked her. I didn't remember. Because, again, I was 2 days old.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Oh. So.
Here we are. But, yeah, that'd be a fun trip. That would be a fun trip for you.
I'm hinting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we go or not. I'd like to go. So it definitely be. And it'll be the 50th anniversary.
And the 50th. Yeah. That sounds like that's a trip made in heaven for you.
Yeah. I love Star Wars. I haven't watched the last 3 episodes of Andor yet. I still got 3 more to go. They came out last Tuesday, so we got to finish those up.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've loved Andor. I don't know if you watched it or not, but it's really character development kind of Star Wars.
I get upset because, and it's not just Star Wars things, it's a lot of the streaming products where they'll put out one season and then it'll take 3 years to get the next season.
Well, COVID had a lot to do with that, and then you had a writer strike or some other strike.
Yeah, but that's a couple of years ago now, and it's still that way.
Yeah, it really, they're still trying to.
I get disappointed.
They're trying to situate and solve the problem. There's no doubt about it.
I hope so.
So, I mean, I think that's part of the reason why they took The Mandalorian and they're making a Mandalorian Grogu movie.
Oh, okay. Are they making a Mandalorian movie?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a Mandalorian movie.
Because I love The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you get so far and then you have to wait.
Yeah. There was a lot of things that really messed up the aspects of recording and stuff like that. So it's been a kind of a big issue. So I don't think you're getting a signal, are you? On the Zoom?
No.
All right.
I just see your face.
We're gonna have
my screen.
We're having a little bit of an internet issue, so I'm noticing, but that's fine. We can go ahead and push through.
It was kind of lagging.
It was lagging earlier.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, coming in, talking about the 20% down myth is where we're at.
Okay.
So, because that's still out there. There are people that still think they need 20% to buy a house.
I don't understand. But you know what? You don't need 20%.
Don't get me wrong. The more money you put down, the better off you are. But you don't need 20% to buy the house.
No. Obviously, your payment will be less. Obviously, at 20% or more, you're not going to have your mortgage insurance to deal with. So there's benefits to putting 20% down, but you don't need it to buy a home.
No, you don't. So the mortgage report says many home buyers are able to secure a home with as little as 3 or even no down payment. The 20% down rule is really a myth. Again, according to mortgage reports.
Is it a myth, Eddie?
It's a myth. Yeah. The median down payment for first-time buyers is less than 20%. First-time home buyers is 9%.
And again, you don't even need that.
No.
3.5.
FHA is 3.5. VA is nothing.
Nothing.
Conventional, you can go as low as 3% down if you qualify. Mm-hmm. There are so many options out there that...
USDA
is 0 down. There's not a lot of... You got to go really far south or very far west.
I was going to say, you have to go farm country.
Yeah, USDA is a rural loan, and Minooka used to qualify, but then with the census changes and things like that, you couldn't do USDA.
They don't qualify anymore?
No, you can't do USDA in Minooka. Minooka was there, because there was a bunch of houses I sold on Ridge Road.
Oh, yeah.
That were USDA. We got USDA loans on. It was great. My clients loved it. So... founder and CEO of Down Payment Resources shares, our data shows the average DPA benefit is roughly $17,000. All right? Mm-hmm. That's down payment assistance, what the DPA stands for. That can be a nice jumpstart for saving for a down payment and other closing costs for home ownership.
Yeah, these down payment programs are amazing. I believe as of the beginning of the month, Will County's assistance was still available. Their big $14,000.
Mm-hmm.
It was still available. There's still money in the kitty.
That's huge.
So if anybody's interested in, I could steer you towards the lender and you can see if you qualify. Obviously, it's got to do with your income and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And purchasing in Will County, but that's huge.
I think that is a huge, huge advantage. So what lender was doing that? Was that Fairway?
Yes.
Okay, so Fairway. Loan Depot didn't have that? I thought Loan Depot...
Well, it's a Will County
program. So
So anybody in Will County, but I went through it with
Fairway. Okay. Yeah. And those are great programs and great aspects to help. Another aspect, too, I got to be honest right now, as volatile as the stocks have been, guess what hasn't been volatile? Home values.
Yeah.
We are still consistently moving up. We might not be moving up at 20 or 30 or 50% like California did a year over year, 1 year.
Yeah.
But we are going up at a moderate, in our market, about 5 or 6% on most.
And let's face it, that 20, 30, 40, whatever percent was unsustainable.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So.
But a nice, healthy 3 to 5%.
Yeah. But with stocks right now, stocks are up, they're down, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down.
The market is.
The market. If you trade on day by day,
the market is up and down so much.
People are making some money when the market moves like this. But for long-term investors, it's gut-wrenching because one day you're down, $50,000. The next day you're back up $60,000. Then you're down $40,000. It's insane.
In long term, it will eventually. And if you're gonna just sit on it for 20 years, you're good. It's the folks that are trying to rely on that during retirement.
Yes,
that's
Investopia states traditionally stocks have been far more volatile than real estate. That's not to say that real estate prices aren't ever volatile. The years around 2007 to 2008 financial crisis are just one memorable example, but stocks are more prone to large value swings. So true.
Very, very true.
So true. And they've got a nice little chart. All right. Stock market drop does not mean falling home prices. Because that's a big thing right now. There's some buyers that are waiting and not getting in this market because they think the home prices are going to go down because the stock market's going crazy.
Yeah. And there are softer markets. We talked about that last week. There are softer markets than our current, what we're experiencing. But to wait like that really makes no sense.
So, November 80 to August of 82, stock market. S&P 500 index went down 19.3%. Home prices went up 7.2%. August of 87 to November of 87, S&P 500 went down 25.5%. Home prices went down 1.7%. August 2000 to February 2003, S&P 500 went down 43.6%. That's huge.
That's mega.
That was the stock market, the dot-com bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Home prices went up 11.5%. January 08 to Jan 09, S&P went down 35.5%. Home prices went down 14.8%. So where home prices have gone down, the stock market's gone down even more.
Oh yeah, like tanked.
March 2020 to April 2020. This would have been COVID.
Mm-hmm.
S&P 500 went down 19%. Houses went up 2.1%. December 2021 to October 2022. S&P 500 went down 20.3%. Home prices went up 5.3%. So there is a big difference in the volatility between the S&P 500 and home prices.
Yes.
You know who I'm thinking of right now that we haven't talked to in such a long time? Terry.
I was just thinking about her too and her philosophy on.
Terry retired from real estate. She was one of our favorite lenders. She's now out living in another state. Her husband got a huge promotion and a great job, but her husband was all about the stocks.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all about real estate. And she used to joke that the stocks would go down. And she'd just go over to her house. See, mine's real. I can touch it. See,
I can live in it.
I can live in it if I wanted to. It's physical. So she was never a big person about stocks. She loved real estate, and she's got still quite a few properties here.
Yeah.
She's an investor, and she's got I want to say a good dozen.
Yeah.
Properties that she rents out and manages and stuff like that. So even though they're living out in another state, so yeah. So
see her on Facebook from time to time and see what the girls are up to and such.
She hasn't popped up on my Facebook, but again, Facebook's been weird lately with my feeds and stuff.
Facebook has been very strange.
Yeah, your home equity could make moving possible also. So maybe not take your money out of the stock market and there. Maybe you're looking at your equity. So when we're talking about down payment, this is for those that already own, that they can take and use their equity and roll it into the next property. All right? So this can make a big difference for you when it comes to what you're looking to do in the market overall. Over 2/3 of Americans have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity. So,
which again is huge if you're trying to move and you're concerned about interest rates, because you're putting a hefty chunk down, it won't be as painful.
39.3% own the home free and clear. 29.3% own the home with greater than 50% equity. I'm sorry, less than 50% equity. Am I reading that right?
No. Mortgage home with greater than
50% equity. All right. And then those that with less than 50% equity is 31.4.
It's those people that purchase.
Average amount of equity in a home is $311,000. I don't think it's the people that have purchased in the last 5 years in our market. In our marketplace, yes.
In our market.
But in overall, nationally speaking, it's probably people that purchased in the last 3 years, because there's a lot of people that it's jumped pretty heavy in their markets. So.
And that equity can make a big difference, whether you want to move or whether you want to invest in somebody's future and see them graduate.
Yep.
Yeah, huge.
So it can fund your down payment, be an all-cash buyer. There's a lot of different options you have with that equity and how to utilize that equity. I mean, so I would definitely look, if you're thinking of moving, because here's the thing. Life is too short. I know I'll wait till next year. I'll wait till next year. You keep saying that, but life is really too short if you're in the wrong house. Get a property that fits your needs, and it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, and you'll be your overall happiness, just being able to get what you need.
So
Rolling Stones had the right idea.
I think we need to talk about the most affordable town in Illinois, and number 7 in the most affordable town.
On the Motley
Fool list. Joliet. So prices are up prices are up on the median to $264,900. That's up 6% from last year. That is a very nice growth. I will absolutely take that growth. The average sales price, that was the median, the average sales price is $268,264. That's up 5.4%.
Are you going to do resale or stay with new construction?
Let's jump over and look at only resale and kick out the new construction. That raises the average sales price up to 7.7%. So $266,955 on a resale on the average. The median price for a resale only is up 9.4%.
Wow.
To $262,500. So, all right, now I got to look at new construction only, because does that mean they're taking some real big drops? There was new construction just took off again.
It did? Yeah.
Kind of in January-ish.
Took a little slump.
Yeah. Well, and the problem comes into play is you can't just look at new construction as new construction, because what's the product? Did they change it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they making? Is it a smaller house? So maybe that's why the prices came down. Is it, a different, no basements, no garages, what kind of product is being built. So it's a little harder to look at that. But it's interesting to see that there's a big difference. So going back to resale only.
I'm surprised that's such a big difference.
Resale only, no change on the average market time. 30 days. It was 30 days last year. So it's been holding pretty steady around in that area. The median market time is 13 days. Now that's up 30% to 13 days. But again, market time for April in 2019 was 22 days. Comparing it to 2019. So that makes a huge, huge difference. Yeah. Month supply, my favorite number. Month supply is 1.2 months. Now that is up 33.3%. But again, looking at April of last year, it was April of 2019, it was 2.1 months supply in Joliet.
Yeah. And so 1.2 months supply is not very much supply.
No, it's not. It is really not.
Up 33%. There's some clickbait for you.
Yes.
And I would expect it at spring market.
Yes. So homes for sale, there's been, at the end of the month, there were 34.7% more homes to 132 units available in Joliet. New listings were up 11.8% to 1,779. Under contract is up 4.5% to 1,305. And your closed units, I got to get around the control bar. There we go. Is down 0.3% to 1,273, which kind of makes sense because I think we kind of had a slow February, March-ish.
Yeah.
And that's kind of pushing into your April numbers.
Yeah.
So, showings per listing, this is the number I've been watching a lot lately, is down 27% from last year to 8.4 months. But again...
not months, but showings.
I'm sorry, 8.4 showings per listing, yes. But again, in April of 2019, it was 6.1. So it is still, but we still have demand higher than what I would consider in the normal market. Yeah. So...
Which goes with what we were looking at, all the numbers that we were looking at.
It just comes in.
And affordability in Joliet would make sense that Joliet's got a really brisk market.
Well, the other aspect is we don't really talk about it, but we've had a lot of growth in our marketplace. There's a lot of people moving into the Joliet area.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, huge issue. And so with that being said, with an increase in people and not necessarily an increase in supply, I mean, yes, we're building new construction, but I don't think the new supply is keeping up with the growth.
No.
And that's that's the problem. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, I want to talk about... Did we hit this one? Yes, we did. I want to talk about today's foreclosure numbers. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
It's Eddie Rudiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists.
And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
The face for radio, the heart for real estate. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, foreclosures. I've been showing.
Word we don't use very often.
Well, we haven't used it in a while. You didn't use it very often because you weren't in the market. You started when?
2016.
Yeah, no, you didn't go through.
I didn't go through all that.
You didn't go through all that as a realtor.
I went as a homeowner.
Yes.
I mean, I rode that wave as a homeowner, but yeah.
Yes. So, the market, I'm showing more foreclosures. I've showed like 3 or 4 of them in the last couple of weeks.
Interesting.
Yes. But U.S. foreclosure filings are still...
Wow, way
down.
Way.
They're about 2019 levels, though. If you look at 2019... bring it across.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
So 2024.
Okay. Ah, thank you. Now I can see.
2024. So we're kind of getting back up to a normal foreclosure market.
Yeah.
All right. So, and part of that had to do with there was no foreclosures allowed
for several years. And then the market, the equity that people were gaining, there wasn't a need to foreclose because you could sell the house.
Well, and that's what I'm kind of trying to... Well,
that's where I don't understand why it's going up.
It's going up because of the people that have bought in the last 2 or 3 years. Because they don't have the equity.
True. They're still making their way. They didn't get that huge gain.
They didn't get the huge gain. They're getting the 5% growth right now, and yeah.
Yeah, not the 20%.
Yes. And, you always do have a sense of some foreclosures in the market automatically, just believe it or not, because of death. Because that's the process. There's no one that inherits the home in some cases, so the bank has to come and foreclose it and do what needs to be done. But yeah, there's some foreclosures that are out there that are opportunities for buyers, but this is not a warning sign in any shape, fashion, or form that it's going to be like 08 again. And you got people going, oh, foreclosures are up. They're at the highest level they've been in 5 years. Well, yeah, because you couldn't do a foreclosure in 2020.
Yeah, so that's kind of, again, clickbait. We're back to clickbait.
Today, lending standards are much stronger, and most homeowners are in much better financial position. That's why filings are much lower this time. And in just case you're looking at 2020 and 2021, thinking we've ramped up since then, here's what you need to know. During those years, there was a moratorium designed to help millions of homeowners avoid foreclosure in challenging times. That's why the numbers for the few years are so incredibly low. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of lenders that learned and that are wheeling and dealing to try to help people with keeping in their homes.
But like you said, sometimes a foreclosure under certain circumstances, i.e. death, is unavoidable. So
yeah. So Rob Barber, CEO at Adam, explains, while levels remain below historical averages, the quarterly growth suggests that some homeowners may be starting to feel the pressure of ongoing economic challenges. And that's what we're seeing in the 2024 numbers. Rob goes on to say, however, strong home equity positions in many markets continue to help buffer against a significant spike. So, I mean, that's like we said, there's so much equity in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go to foreclosure. Sell the house, walk away with some of the equity, get yourself a clean, fresh start, and go from there. Mm-hmm. So C.J. Patrick and Company explains in a recent Forbes article, a significant factor contributing to today's comparatively low levels of foreclosure activity is that homeowners, including those in foreclosure, possess an unprecedented amount of equity.
Indeed.
So, I mean, it's sad. I hate to see anybody go into foreclosure.
Lose their home. Yeah.
But with that being said, you need foreclosures to have a stable housing market. Mm-hmm. Because if you set the lending restrictions to a point where it's designed to have zero foreclosures, there are thousands of people that would qualify and be successful homeowners that don't get the opportunity to be a homeowner. So you need to have a percentage of those homes.
Yeah, there needs to be a built-in percentage of risk.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, you want that because that's thousands of people that we're going to get the chance to become homeowners because somebody there is a risk of foreclosure. So.
And they do just fine. And they, you know.
Yep. You rebound, you pick it up, and you go on, move on.
Yep.
So, flipping the script, did you see they were talking about home projects that boost the value of your home?
Yes.
So, U.S. News Real Estate explains, not every home renovation project will increase the resale value of a home. Before you invest in a swimming pool or a new addition, you should consider whether the project will pay itself off by getting prospective buyers in the door when it's time to sell. Mm-hmm. So that is the question. What pays, what doesn't? Planning ahead helps.
Yeah, plan ahead, really do your due diligence.
Mm-hmm. Is a pool going to really increase the value? Well, what kind of pool is it? Is it an in-ground or above ground?
Right. What is your neighborhood? Speak to an agent.
Yeah.
Get the comps for your neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think it's great. Pull houses that are like, okay, let's say you've got a quad. Mm-hmm. And can you pull houses, I would say within 3 miles in this case.
Yeah.
That quads that have a pool and quads that don't, and see what the price difference is. Yeah. Is there an average difference? Now,
how long are they on market? How long, just so you know.
Yep.
Not that you're going to sell, but just so you know.
It's good data. It's good data.
You don't want to over-improve.
I don't think you can get buyers in a house, but what would attract a buyer to come look at your property? That's what you really want to look at. All right, so what is a popular feature? Are you in a market that pools, oh my God, you have to have a pool. Arizona, Florida, those are markets you almost have to have a pool.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So.
And most are in ground.
Yes.
But understand that, even around here, in-ground pools increase your property values, i.e. taxes, whereas an above-ground or a semi-in-ground is considered non-permanent, so will not affect your taxes. Just an FYI.
Yeah. So, planning ahead always helps. Home projects, best return on investment. That's what I was looking to get to.
Oh.
I gotta make this Nancy size. Dun, 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 dun.
It's right now.
I couldn't even read that, I'll be honest.
Well, being that it is, almost time to be older.
Easy there, Tonto. Easy.
Say it.
Bathroom renovations. Estimated payoff compared to upfront cost. So you're going to get 50% back on your bathroom renovation. New primary suite. So renovating your primary bedroom. 54%. Add a new bathroom. 56%. Minor kitchen upgrade.
Now, I find that to be low.
What?
Adding a new bathroom. Of course,
think so?
The cost, it depends. Like, if you have it roughed in, like, let's say it's a basement bathroom, and
yes.
it's roughed in already.
Yes.
Your cost of building that bathroom is going to be less than
having to cut the concrete and put everything in. So that depends, and it might be averaged out.
Yeah.
Minor kitchen, you get 60% back. Complete kitchen renovation is a 60% return.
And I find that a little low.
I find this complete kitchen renovation a little low.
Yes.
Attic conversion to living area, 67%. I don't know about that. There's a lot of attics.
I think that's like flip-flopped.
Yeah.
I would say the kitchen would be more 67 to 70%, and the attic conversion, 60%.
Basement conversion to living area, 71%. That's pretty standard, about 70%. New windows, 71%. New vinyl windows, 74%. That makes no sense. Why would new wood windows? Because usually the wood are more expensive than a lot of these vinyls.
Maybe that's why. The wood windows are more
expensive, so you're not getting the return.
Right.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. New fiberglass front door, 83%. Closet renovations, 83%. New steel front door, 100%.
That blows me away. And they did mention garage doors, which is another one that gets a huge return. So, you got a listing in the private network, don't you? I do.
What do you got coming up?
I have a townhome. 2-bed, 2-bath with a walkout basement that could become an additional bedroom suite if you wanted to set it up that way. Very cute little place in Crest Hill, about 1,800 square feet. It does have a loft space, nice cute kitchen, deck area, etc. It's super cute. My client will be going live as soon as she finds her forever home, which she's looking for. So if you know anybody who is looking to list in Caroline Lakes, that's where she really wants to be.
Caroline Lakes. So if you're looking to sell a property in Caroline Lakes, give Nancy a call at
815-545-1162.
All right, so we're going to hit the break. When we come back after the break, inspections. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
It's Eddie Rudiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists.
And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
Stocks may succeed, stocks may fail. Real estate is always there. It's Get Real with Eddie.
Once again, it's one of those topics that just keeps coming up and up.
Yeah.
Why you want a home inspection? So many reasons why.
Well, you know what? The most general reason is because you are sinking all your life's savings and money into something that you plan on using as a primary investment. Why wouldn't you want to know as much about that investment as possible?
Once your offer is accepted, an inspector will assess the condition of the house. While it varies by state, inspectors generally check roof, the home's exterior, heat and air conditioning, safety issues such as smoke detectors, things like that, plumbing and electrical, and structural for foundation concerns. So, roughly 1 in 5 buyers today aren't getting an inspection to try to make their offer more appealing to the seller. I don't advise that.
No.
Why you don't skip the inspection? Here's why. Helps you avoid surprises. All right, you don't want to walk through, you find something in a final walkthrough, leaky pipe, well, that's on you. You didn't do your inspection.
Crack in the foundation.
Yep.
Because, and not that they were trying to hide it, but you know how basements get.
Yep.
Maybe you didn't see it because that seller has a bunch of stuff in the basement.
Yep.
Now it's all cleared out. Oh,
yep.
Look what that is. Yeah, it happens.
All right, you can negotiate those issues if necessary. All right?
Yep.
And it serves a list of future projects. That's the biggest aspect. It is your to-do list.
Yes. And inspectors are very good about that and walking you through the property. I have inspectors that I use, they will gladly, as they go through, take that buyer through and point things out.
If you're in a hot real estate market where homes are getting multiple offers, there might be a temptation to skip an inspection when you really want the house. However, waiving a home inspection comes with sizable risk. Realtor.com.
I would never.
I've had it done, but I never say never. But
no, I mean, like, personally, I would want a home inspection.
It would all depend on what's going on with the property. If it's a property I'm going to flip, I don't think I'd do an inspection because I'm gutting the house anyways.
I would. I would do the inspection.
And that's fine. It's fine.
Because I want to make sure there aren't any surprises that I missed.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the property, depends on the situation. So, I mean, an inspection is your chance to avoid costly headaches, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. So, why? I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong answer. I would, in most cases for a traditional buyer, not skip a home inspection.
Right.
I would only do it if I was flipping a property. That's about it.
Yeah, and if you're really anticipating, I can see if you're flipping a property and it is, you know, you're going down to the studs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the reason why. It's the only reason why.
And that you plan on replacing
everything.
Everything. Literally.
Everything. We had one a couple days ago I went out and looked at.
Yeah.
There was no watermarks in the basement on the drywall. Mm-hmm. But there's watermarks over every closet door. So it's like, it didn't make any sense, but...
Well, they replaced the drywall because
maybe
the drywall soaks up, but the closet doors just got washed down.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My recommendation on that one was when they do inspection, that they need to do an air quality inspection and have the air quality tested for mold.
Well, and I'd look at disclosures and stuff too.
Yeah.
But a lot of times if it's a flip, it needs
no.
to be
It was bank repo.
Oh, okay.
So there was...
They won't know.
They won't disclose. They won't even fill out that form.
Oh, I know.
Even though they're technically not exempt.
Well, you know what they do is they go and sign it. And that's how they...
Yeah. Some, but a lot of them won't even sign it. They won't sign it. So you don't get that disclosure.
Yeah.
They'll give reports and give all kinds of other information if they have it. You know, it's not like they're hiding something. They truly don't know.
Well, they don't know.
They
don't
know.
It's the bank. They don't know.
They don't know. So most of the time, they've never even been in the property. They've never seen the property. They've seen pictures. That's about it.
But that's when you really want a big an inspection on to see if there's issues in the neighborhood, like a tile.
A tile?
Yeah, like a water tile. Like the drainage tiles.
Drain tile, yeah.
Sorry, drain tile issue?
Yeah.
You knew what I meant. Or if it's, what's going on?
I don't know.
If you're getting watermarks like that.
My thought was sump pump failure. Because of the fact that it was a bank repoed, obviously the power got turned off at some point, so I was thinking sump pump
Oh, could be.
So.
Could be. That could be.
Yeah. I mean, that was my only thought process, is that it was a sump pump failure. Why there was no watermark on the drywall when it was on the doors, though, I could not figure that out. I literally could not figure it out. It made no sense.
The only thing I could think of is if there was a failure and they did remove and replace the drywall, or at least up to wherever the mark was.
Yeah. Usually they just cut the drywall and take it out and throw it out.
That's what I'm saying.
And they won't replace. But it was all clean, painted, matched up. There was no seams, no lines that I could see. So again, it did not make any sense.
That is kind of weird.
So the only thought is maybe the watermark just didn't show through.
Oh, that could be.
I mean, you don't always get a watermark. So that was my only thought. But get your inspections. Get your inspections. If, like I said, this says, if anything else, you get your to-do list. These are the things I need to do maintenance-wise to make sure my property doesn't get worse.
And the inspectors will go through and say, now this isn't an immediate concern, but you maybe want to look at this in a couple of years, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so you need to,
or maybe there's bare wires in the attic. I've had that happen, and the bare wires were touching the
HVAC?
No, yeah. Upstairs in the attic.
Yeah. I just talked
That's a huge fight.
I just talked to we had somebody come, an HVAC guy come out on a property, and he was telling me that he was on a commercial property, and someone in the commercial property ran bare wire across, and it came across the venting ducts. So as he's working on the furnace, he kept touching the furnace and getting electrocuted.
Nice.
Didn't know because they ran bare wire, and so these are things that a home inspector would catch.
I had a home inspection where they shut down the furnace because it was that dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. And I called the listing agent and everything, and they had to shut it down.
What, the cracked heater exchange? Yeah.
Yep. It was very old, and it was cracked, and they had to shut it down.
Makes sense. It makes complete sense. All right. Well, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online at getrealwitheddie.com. Talking about your home and your largest investment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Getrealwitheddie.com.
Thanks for listening. Eddie Rudiger is the designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists, located at 2750 Caton Farm Road, Joliet. License number 481014247. For questions, call Eddie at 815-823-5478.